Hey everyone, welcome to the MF On Demand show. I know you guys love the title of my show. I always got so much slack for my initials because I do tell it like it is. So here today I have an amazing person, someone I actually met online. We grew a nice friendship, and Kimberly Creek Moore. She's going to tell you a little bit about herself. She's in beautiful sunny California, as you guys could see by the background. Hey Kim, what's up?
Hey, Maria, how are you doing?
I'm great. I'm doing good. It's a little cold here, but it's all good.
You definitely can't compete with, 70 and sunny all the time in San Diego,
I know. So tell me
even on our bad
a little
days.
bit about you, what you do, what's your magic?
Yeah, so I'm a salon owner. I have employees at my salon, which are currently furloughed. Um, I have been hairdressing since 2006 and have really sought a career in this industry for my love of people, for that being the main focus. Really, I know that kind of sounds cliche, but I've put the client in the forefront through really developing a consultation system to really dig a lot deeper with our clients.
I love
So
that.
that has been my focus, is really learning how to allow my clients to be seen and heard and putting them in the forefront versus putting the art of hair in the forefront. So that's
My business brain is steaming. I'm curious
yeah.
to hear what the questions are going to be, but right from that, and I hope you don't mind, and if you're comfortable, I'm going
Yeah.
to just bring in, I just got a massive intuitive wave because I am intuitive and I do bring that into my practice.
Great.
I just got this strong intuitive wave that what you just told me about your roadmap, your methodology of consultation,
Yeah.
that sounds like something that you can package up beautifully and really sell and offer to other hairstylists
Yeah.
globally, because
Yeah.
it is a weak spot. It's a blind spot in the industry, right?
Yeah. Huge. Yeah.
So
Huge.
maybe that's something we could entertain. Again, just
Thank
a
you.
little intuitive, wave coming in there.
That's awesome.
So tell me, what would you like to pick my brain about? Anything personal development, spirituality, intuition,
Yeah, that's
business,
perfect.
whatever feels good to you today.
Yeah, perfect. So in the last couple of years, I've really bringing my love of learning about spirituality different than how I was raised.
Mhm.
So I've been bringing in more of using my intuition with my clients, using really, I was so afraid before to say, hey, what's going on? I feel like something's happening, and really using that intuition to help guide where the client is emotionally during our consultation. And I know that sounds like we're not therapists. I get that. But it does allow the client to be seen.
Uh-huh.
So knowing that you come from that spirituality place,
Yes.
I've looked into, do I do Reiki? I've gradually been, my clients have been seeing this transformation come slowly. So it won't be a big, like, here's this
Mhm.
information and crash into you. But um, really, how do you start to develop that and have that kind of take the forefront of your business? It already, it already works to some degree in my business,
Mhm.
but how do I take it to the next level and start to um, really show up as a healer in my business without being cliche,
Right.
without being silly, without doing like, I've seen, people do crystal work on clients, and it just doesn't, it comes off, it doesn't really come off that well. So I want to know how to do it classy,
Mhm.
show up as who I am, create a strong business around it, and go from there. So where do we start? Because this is a big
Okay.
topic. So where
So
do we
here's a great place to start. Let's start with the one thing. What is your strongest spiritual gift? If I just said to you right now, what's the first thing that comes
start?
intuitively out of mind?
I'm a feeler.
Okay,
I
so
pick
you
up
have
on, yeah, I pick up
strong
on energy
intuition.
right away.
Okay, so you feel energy and you're intuitive, so you have
Yeah.
that gift. So I would take that strong gift and have you ventured into learning Reiki or any other healing modalities or guided imagery, hypnosis? Have you delved into anything yet?
Not necessarily.
Okay,
I've researched it. I've thought it to death.
okay,
I've not put any action into it. I have the person with whom I know will teach me, and we've
okay,
been in like conversation about what that looks like, but
okay,
I have not done any real active work. I
okay.
started getting into tarot and angel cards recently.
Mhm.
And that has been something that I've kind of been quiet about for myself. I've brought in what I call to my clients love cards. So if they're really having a bad day, I kind of say,
Right.
okay, let's sit in with these cards and
That's
pull a love card.
awesome.
But
So
that's it.
so it's really like we overcomplicate things. As
Yeah.
entrepreneurs, as women, we tend to overcomplicate things. So my dog here is starting to cry because I'm on a Zoom call and she's going to start yelping. Just please stop crying, Roma. Sorry, guys, this is recorded live.
Well, and
Anyway,
I have to say recently another intuitive friend of mine said that I have a connection with animals, so I'm not necessarily that surprised that she came over to come talk to us.
you hear her,
Yeah.
she's trying to say something, so maybe
Yeah.
she feels your energy, which is awesome. So these are
That's
my thoughts. Yeah,
okay. She's
these are
like,
my thoughts, Kimberly. So honestly, right off the bat, I can share with you, something what I did. I just started incorporating into my organic salon. I own an organic salon in New Jersey. I put it on the menu. Healing, Reiki, anything that I could offer. I just started doing angel card readings. They were just add-on services that I offered when it had to feel right. So the first step in all of this is you got to own it. You
yeah,
got to own it. You're like, you know what? I'm bringing these extra healing services into the salon for anyone. If it resonates with you and you like them, they're on the menu. You're free to schedule a call. Would you like me to tell you more? Just, you have to really own it. And it's not woo woo, because what's going to happen is like attracts like. And people that come to you and sit in your chair, I can guarantee you, they already know your energy. They know you, they know what you're about. And the reason they come to you is because they love you, Kim, or they love your salon, your space. Your employees are probably a mirror of you. I highly doubt and don't believe that that's how it is. You're leading with love and you're leading your business already intuitively. Am I correct?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So step one, own it. Step two, I want you maybe today get a piece of paper, a notebook, and write down 3 things that feel really good to you that you can put on your service menu when you reopen. People are going to be starved for personal development, healing, something bigger than themselves, something bigger from source, spirit, angels, whoever it is you believe in, whoever it is they believe in, whatever that looks like, just put it right in. So in the early years of my consulting and coaching career, I found it easy to bring these services into the salon because it was like, all right, well, here, they're on the menu. And if
Right.
you're interested, I'll give them to you. But when it came to bringing the intuition and the spiritual side of me into my coaching and consulting, I had to do a lot of inner work on myself, even though I had done tons of it, to release the attachment that I needed approval from anyone, be it my sister, my friends, my girlfriend who's an expert marketing strategist who's like, oh, you're gonna discredit yourself as a business
Oh,
consultant. So once I detached from that and I owned it, I everything exploded for me. Because see, just like you were energetically attracted to me, you really didn't know that I was such a spiritual person. You just energetically were aligned. The universe brought
right.
it to me and we
Yeah,
became friends.
it
You
did.
can't
Like
make this
this.
shit up.
Like
It was
this.
just like,
Yeah.
right. And it's
So
like,
I was like,
know you.
oh, who is this Maria lady? Let me check her out. Oh, and I was like, okay, well, let's be friends, girl. Click.
So you see, that's a natural, it's just a natural energetic
Yeah.
attraction. And the truth of the matter is, I think the easiest way to bring it into your practice is just do it. Whatever you're a master at already, you're a master at intuition, intuitively figuring out what people need. You're a master at maybe, reading those cards. Those are 2 things right now you can put in your menu and add them as new services, new healing services. I call them healing services. And I will tell you, from my experience in the salon space as a 34-year salon owner, once I put those services in my menu, even people who never, ever, ever in a million years I thought would ask, they became spiritually bi-curious. They were like, well, can I
Yeah.
do that? Can I try it? Like, well, tell me more. Is that how you got through your divorce? Is that how you got through anxiety? Is that all that stuff you always talked about?
Right.
And guess what? Your story, which I'm sure you have a story, your story becomes your message to your clients. And
Yeah.
as long as you show up as being real, Kim, and you just do your thing that feels good, no
Yeah.
explanation. You're not explaining to anyone, not a partner, not your friends, it's your business and you have to own it. And that's my advice. That's what I would say to you, don't perfect it. Do it today. I want you to write down what you're going to offer, get it on your menu, create a price for it, and just start. That's
Yeah.
it.
And that's funny that you say don't perfect it, because that's what needs to happen in my brain in order for something to come into fruition, is that I always feel like I have to have a real good handle on what it's supposed to look like. But I can't help but kind of think about the position that we're in as hairdressers right now, and how some of
Mhm.
these government guidelines are coming down, saying to us that we are going to have to limit the amount of clients that we're going to have in the salon. So if we're going to limit the amount of clients we're going to have in the salon, that means we're going to have bigger gaps of time that we're going to have with these people. So I can't help but think, is this now the perfect time to launch that? Because we'll have more time in a
Absolutely.
more private situation. I only have 4 chairs,
Mhm.
and there's only myself and my assistant, who's my employee, who's going out, may or may not come back, but that's a different story. But I think that that's a really good place to start.
And people, like I said, this is a great place to start, and adding services that are very healing, nurturing, giving people hope and helping them work on themselves. Because like I said, we are healers by nature. Stylists are
Yeah.
healers. I think that's why, going back in my life and thinking back on my own journey, I'm like, I think that's how it all started. I opened my first salon at 19, and I became a hairdresser because it was a quick way to connect, get,
Hmm.
help people, serve. But I think it was always the healer in me and the personal development part as the years came, it was a process. And I have to be honest with you, I think this is the time for you to make that move.
Yeah.
Just take action. Take imperfect action and just do it. You can perfect it and tweak it as you go. And then you can ask clients what they like. Like, my
Yeah.
clients love my angel card readings. They will let their roots, like, they just can't wait to come in for that. Even my business clients, they want that intuitive part. Like, they're like, oh, what are you feeling today, Maria? And it just is something you can't put a price tag on it, because it's so powerful. And you will have the time now to really focus on them. And it's a smart business move, because not only can you work with them personally, these can be added as a digital, virtual add on to your practice that you can even do outside of the salon virtually, which is something else
Mm.
I do. Coaching, consulting, life coaching. I'm an integrative healing practitioner. People are like, you do so many things. Well, no, I'm multi-passionate. So yes, I do integrate these healing practices in
Right.
my salon and into my consulting practice. And if that is what you're being drawn to do from the universe, you
Yeah.
should honor it.
Yeah. That's great. That's great advice. That's
Yeah,
really great
thank
advice.
you. Well, I'm glad. I mean, again, what the biggest thing is, own your own magic, and don't look for any approval outside of yourself. Nobody. Because
I
guess
think,
what? Doesn't matter.
yeah, and approval is a huge thing, right? Like, especially when you have that fear
Mhm.
of clients maybe going, "Oh, what happened?"
But nothing
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's how
Exactly.
you offer it to them. So to me, it's the same thing if I invite someone in for a transformation, they need help with their business. I'm just going to tell you what your end result's going to be by working with me. I'm going to invite you in to talk to me. And then I'll make my offer to you, but it's not about me. I have no attachment to the outcome. I have no attachment to if they say yes or no. That I invite you in to get what you need. It's just like when a client leaves you and goes to another salon. You
Yeah.
have to let go of that attachment, because guess what? They might come back in 6 months. It's not about you. It's just
Right.
part of the cycle. They may have come to a point in their life, or they just weren't ready to move forward. Whatever that looks like, you have to own it. And if you show up totally like, yeah, these are new services we added to the menu. These are some things I've been toying with for a long time. Would you like to try them? If it resonates with you, awesome. Don't sell anybody anything. The person that really wants it will just come to you.
What do you think about pricing those services? Is that something that you're willing to discuss, is what
Yeah.
that looks like to price those sorts of services? Because, I wouldn't even know where to begin starting something. I'm I'm not a big discount fan. I'm not a fan of like discounting services to start anything. So if I'm going to launch something, it's going to be, here it is, here's the pricing. And then, things will go up from there basically when the time is right.
So here's my thoughts. You're in a totally different state than me. I always say, like, some people say they price based on their competitors. I don't agree with that.
I agree.
Like, I'm not a Groupon person. I'm not a discount person. Here's my invitation to my offer. If it resonates with you, same thing. My hair salon, my prices they reflect the expertise and the organic line of products I use. They reflect the level of specialization I offer. They reflect a private boutique salon that people are one-on-one, which now is going to be an edge for me and something that other people might want to think about. So I believe in pricing those things based on your intuition.
Okay.
It's your skill, your gift, your magic you're sharing. You will know. Just meditate on it and just think about it. Again, what I price my things at, if I tell you my price, you'll be like, oh my God, that's ridiculous. That's very high. Or you might think it's low. So we're all in a different place. And I don't believe like in comparison shopping. So your prices are not based on what Ulta's doing. Am I correct?
Right. No, absolutely not.
All right. So you see what I'm talking about? Like, so same thing for healing services. I mean, I went and had an Access Bars healing, it's like a form of Reiki where they take like past life regression. It was like $350 for the hour.
Wow.
It was worth every penny. Now, would everyone pay that? Well, if they wanted the result I had gotten from my healer, who now has moved to Florida, and I have to do these things virtually. So you see what I'm saying? Same thing. If someone wants your expertise, your energy, your healing, it's you that you're bringing to the table, your specialty. It's all about you because no one else is you.
Right.
Now, if you like rent space and have other healers come in, then you're going to have to just look at that as a business move. And is everyone going to be on the same page? Again, I don't know if you guys rent there or you don't. Like, I don't know. No, okay.
Well, in California, yes, but in my salon, no, we don't. We don't rent. And I do have an intuitive who we've been in talks with her coming in and doing some intuitive services while we're out of the salon, because we just don't. We have 600 square feet. It's not a suite, but it is.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's totally nice, but it's not a shared space. We don't have rooms or things to be able to do that. Okay. So I wouldn't even consider asking her what her prices are to comparison shop.
No, I wouldn't comparison shop. I would set your prices based on your intuition and start at that point as if you were adding a new organic keratin service, like, and nobody else does it. What would you price that at based on your time, your skill, your effort, and your result? And again, goes back to, you have to believe in your own result and your own transformation that you're going to give these people, or you're not going to be able to own it.
Now let's talk about imposter syndrome, because my first thing goes, well, how dare you? You don't have any of those skills to like serve, that client in that capacity. And who are you to think that you could do that? So then my brain just started to go into that, spiral of self-doubt, past stories, all the things we know, like now as I have those thoughts, I know exactly, like, I know how to name them.
Yep.
How do I?
and that's normal. That's normal. So how I dealt with it and how I tell my clients to deal with it: action squashes fear. Action squashes imposter. Imposter syndrome is a bullshit made up word that people created online. It's an Insta coaching word from the Insta coaching world. So if you never heard me use that term, I use it all the time. So what it is it's just your own self-doubt, our own fears, our feeling not good enough, less than, whatever bullshit we carried from past lives or our childhood, okay? Yeah. So I think the bottom line is, an easy way to squash it is, you have to own it and you have to say, you know what, this is what I'm doing, and you tweak things as you go. Perfect example. I'm just a hairdresser, Kim. Now, if you just meet me and I tell you I'm just a hairdresser, right? It sounds very, hold that thought. Kim, I've owned 7 salons, 2 tanning salons, a cab company. I have a master's in business and finance. I did mortgages for 3 years to support my kids. I owned a private label. Now, all of a sudden, does that make me sound more important? Well, why? Because I owned it. Yeah, it's all true. But guess what? it doesn't change who the fuck I am.
Mhm.
I'm still me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what I want you to be. You know what? You are you, and that's why people are going to pay you. And until you own that, just like you own whatever what do you specialize in hair? Are you a balayage expert? A hair? What's your specialty?
Short hair cutting.
Okay, the way you can do that shit with your eyes shut and
Yeah.
own it, and no one can even come close to you or question what you're doing, you're going to add those other services in the same way. Because guess what? Energy work, intuition, and healing is not a learned behavior. It's not a learned strategy. And you could even, I believe that's where the coaching world came in. You can coach someone on, let's just say you survived divorce. You got through a crazy marriage. You had to rebuild your life financially. Well, guess what? I could coach a course on that too, because I went through that. I lost my house. I lost my business. You see how what your energy, what your magic is what you're meant for more. That's your meant for more gift. And don't be afraid to share it with people. So you see, I get so excited, I get out of control.
No, I love it. I love it so much because I hear so many, I hear that story of I'm just this, I'm just that. It's just, it almost makes me, it hurts me, and I get teary eyed to think that people live in that space. So I agree with you.
Yep.
Owning it and, moving past that imposter syndrome is it is embedded in so many of us to take a step back and sit in that fear of what it is.
And let me just say this. I see your name, Kimberly Creek Moore. And again, I just got a wave of intuition. You should have a KimberlyCreekMoore.com website, and that landing page should be everything you're about. You are a salon owner. You're an expert. You're an intuitive. I don't know any other things about you. Like, you probably have so many amazing things. You're a leader because you also have an amazing group. You're a salon professional, Sandy. I see you in that group. You're a leader. You are a visionary. You've got a lot of shit going on that the world needs from you. Our industry and other people and laymen also.
Yeah. Well, my other, my business that I want to develop outside of the salon is really charging for coaching, because I am always coaching. I'm always coaching. I'm always guiding. I'm always getting questions all day, getting questions, this and that. Now it's more critical because we're in this heat of this moment. But how do I turn that into something? How do I turn that into something else? Also, same thing, going back to, am I good enough? Are people going to trust me? This and that. So that's a whole nother conversation.
Right. And we can deep dive into that. I would love to help you really deep dive into that and unpack all that shit. Because the bottom line is, like I said, you need to be KimberlyCreekMoore.com. And on that website, you can have your consulting, coaching practice. You're a salon owner. I'll make you laugh. If you go on my website, which I went against I hired top-notch coaches when I went in the online space 5-6 years ago, maybe even 7 years ago. Because, I'm 51. I knew nothing about the online world. So, of course, I had to learn all the bullshit. And they put me in a box. And that box was not me. They wanted me to be niched down, to do all this stuff that everybody else was doing. You know what I did? I dismantled everything, and I created my own methodology. I created my own way based on my intuition, and that's when my consulting and coaching practice exploded. I owned being me.
Yeah.
And that's where you're at with that. And I think starting another business is a great idea. It's another branch that you can add to your multi-passionate self.
Except I don't have cool initials like you, though.
Well, we'll find something cool for you.
My initials are KFC, and I'm pretty sure that's taken.
Well, we can find something. We'll find you a really cool mantra, like the queen of something. We'll find something really cool for you in catching. But once again, you see, this is the methodology. I created the methodology. Now, when you work with me and I coach or consult my clients, they're mostly successful entrepreneurs as yourself that are looking to branch out and create another stream of income using their gifts, passions, and skills. More profits, less stress, and it's a lot easier than you think, And I think you're doing a disservice to you and the world if you keep all that stuff hidden.
Thank you. That gave me chills.
Well, I am so glad.
Thank you.
Well, I'm so happy that you spent this time with me. I totally appreciate it. I think you're an amazing human. And if anybody wants to reach out to Kim, if you're in this California, San Diego area, she's got an amazing support group for salon professionals. It's Salon Professionals of San Diego on Facebook, correct?
Yep, on Facebook.
And I highly recommend if you're in that area, or even if you're not in that area, she offers so much amazing support in the industry and heartfelt, intuitive, spiritual love, because I felt that immediately. So I'm going to say, if anybody wants to hop on a call with me, you guys want to book a free consultation, feel free to click the link below or the link in the description of this video. And please, guys, love yourselves enough, honor your intuition, and follow your path, because if you don't stay on purpose, no one else is gonna. Kim, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. You really made my day. You are amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Bye.
love.